In the main storyboard, I added some components for controlling the player, such as a play button, rewind, fast forward, progress slide, and so on. Right now, I'm gonna show you how to add the framework file to the project. Simply drag and drop. Make sure that the copy items if needed is checked. Click finish. We're just gonna delete the framework file from the link frameworks and libraries because we want to add it into embedded binaries, and as you can see is added by default to link framework and libraries. And then let's just jump to it. What we have by default is a test URL for a media file that we added. Is practically a podcast file. It's an MP3 file, but you can use any audio file that you want, and it is compatible with iOS. We have a test image, and we have linked the controls for the play button, the rewind button, and fast forward. As you can see right now, those actions are empty, and we're gonna fill them up. So let's start with the play action. As you can see, you just have to use the play pause media file method, which requests an input parameter and NSURL where the resource, the certain audio resource is located. An optional Spring Information Dictionary, which you can omit, but it's very useful if you want to add it, because this information will practically appear when the player enters in background and the device plays on sleep mode, and then that feature comes very handy when you're driving or something like that. The start time and a completion handler that gets called after the media file is loaded, not after it completes playing, but actually after it's loaded. And we have several UI processing that we have here, for example hiding the activity indicator, setting up the slider, and so on. We have a method for update play button. You can take a look at all this later. Let's now fill up the rewind and the fast forward buttons. This is the rewind method. And fast forward. As you can see, a single method is used for both, but with different parameters. Practically, you have the skip direction method, which requires a skip direction input parameter. We have the type defined of skip direction, and here you can choose which way to set the player, to seek the player forward or backward. Of course, for the rewind is set to backward, and for the forward method is set to, for fast forward is set to forward. We also have as parameter the test time interval and the current time in seconds of the player. And we also have the possibility to control a certain seek to time method, let's put it this way, in a progress, right? Either that you use a progress or a slider. In this demo we are using a slider, and we're controlling the flow of the audio media file by simply pin gestures. Let's just add that on. And as you can see, we verify if the player is playing, and if it's playing, we seek the player to time and we give it a certain value. In our instance is the UI slider value, and of course we trigger a completion handler here too. Let's just give it a try. As you can see, the media file jumped right after the position that I slide to, and I can also control the flow of the media with the rewind button and the fast forward button, and also I have the total duration of the media file and the current duration of the media file, as long as the tracked progress, which I keep it tracked with a timer. Let's just see the implementation of the buttons, forward and rewind. As you can see, as the slider simply updates himself based on the current time or current position. What you can see is that we have an extra feature to see if the video is loaded or not. Right now it is not linked, and we're just gonna do that right now. As you can see, 0% loaded, which is not true. I'm just gonna show you how to use that. We have, based on how the media file loads itself, we have triggered the notification, and your components can listen to it on this notification, tpg media loaded state notification, and we use this method. And based on this percentage, you can actually track how much of your media resource is loaded. So I'm just gonna show it to you. Let's give it a try. And if we hit play, check on how the percentage goes up. As you can see, it's 100% loaded, so you can always keep track of how much of your media file is loaded, but to keep in mind that the fact that it's loading ahead has nothing to do with the flow of the media file it's actually playing. Hope you like the demo. Have a great day.